Welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about Rust Console Edition. We're talking about some updates that we could possibly see here as they start to really hone in on performance, server performance, just overall performance of the client itself, and also the Jade Skin picks. So, kind of the elephant in the room if you've been playing semi-recently is performance. It's been an issue last month, and it appears to be an issue this month. Now, I don't know where you guys are getting sputters, so feel free to chime in the comments, but I've been seeing it mostly by like larger builds, but also oddly enough, the Bandit Camp seems to really be pulling frames even when there's not a lot of entities around. So we do know they're working on it. I think this update that we were supposed to get, or no, that we did get recently, was supposed to kind of address that, but they also gave us a nice heads up saying, hey, look, they're also going to spend February doing the same thing. So, you know, anytime they've got another test running, we should probably jump in there and really stress test things to really hopefully hone in on all these issues that we're having, because they're right. I don't think they can really heap on too much more on top of as far as like big major features. But that doesn't mean they couldn't add some smaller things that our current version of PC Rust does have. Things like the engineering table would be nice, the cooking table, so we could do pies. Let's see what else. We've got the changes to progression they could add, although I don't know. They might have to make some changes to the actual board itself, so they might hold back on that. But we do know they're making some big sweeping changes, and if you don't know, it's supposed to be larger population and larger maps, which we do really need because, yeah, there's no room for anything really. And if we're going to get things like the trains above or underground, we really need that extra space. There's a reason why they really push that max space or the max map size to 4K. Actually, it's 4.25 now on PC a while ago. And we're really in this weird danger hybrid zone because we have too many monuments really on a map this small. So, you know, it is what it is. So hopefully we can start to see some of these smaller updates. Some other people are mentioning things like, hey, it'd be cool if they added caves. I think that would be a nice little add-in too while they're trying to work on performance. I think things that items or like progression or like I said, the engineering table, I think could be some things that they could heap in to really kind of get things going. And that does include, what is it? Not the rooster station, the chicken coop. The rooster station. What does that mean? Yeah, the chicken coop. So you get eggs, you get the cooking table. That all kind of comes together. So, also, I know we've been mentioning this through almost every video, but we are going to go over to the PC side to check out the naval update because that is in our future at some point. So it would be nice to kind of see what some of those things are. And if you guys have any questions, if you want me to run through some of the other biomes, if you want me to check out like the jungle biome and stuff, and you guys can kind of get like a good look at that and be like, hey, what do we want to vote on next time there's a survey that comes through? We're more than happy to do so. So hopefully we can wrangle up the boys and we can jump in and be completely stupid on the high seas. You know what I mean? Sea of Thieves, but Rusty style. Okay, let's jump over to the Jade Skin picks. All right, we're back in the old skin store here, and let's go ahead and cover the repeats first, but also the special items that are showing here. We have the solid silver metal chest plate going for 250 Rust coins. The ornate details off the shoulder are quite nice. I do like that. The 250 is not bad. The forensic sleeping bag, which I already purchased, is also 250 Rust coins. Nothing glows on this. Not bad, especially if you're going to be placing in like, you know, bushes and stuff. This actually can be quite useful for that. Okay, so the breakdown here works. I do green picks 1 and 2 and orange picks 1 and 2 to hopefully help you out break it down because, you know, it's expensive out there. Inflation's, that's real. The coins don't quite go as far as they used to. Okay, so first big repeat set here. Let's go ahead and do this one. The luxurious storage. The full set is going for 990 Rust coins. So each of these are going for, let me just double check my notes here, 235 Rust coins for all of these. So we're just going to kind of show you the different emblems and stuff on here. 235 Rust coins for each. So you can see it's kind of the same. These do look a lot better on this. I know I always say that, but this one was very, very muddy on the old version, but it definitely looks really sharp here. It shines. You can tell they were doing it in a very high resolution environment, and then in our old version, it looks pretty dooky sometimes. I said it, 235. This is the food box. This one up here was the armor box, and I literally have to read it. This one looks like the health box. It's not bad. And you do have the emblems, again, 235. This is the junk box. I do love that. I like how you've got the emblem on either side. It would be nice if they glowed in the dark. Glowed. Why does that sound wrong? Resources. Again, 235 Rust coins. If you're looking for a box set to help you organize things, this one isn't bad. Although the glowing ones on both of the critical sides for like a loot room, I think, are probably the best. But this isn't too bad. Okay, so green pick. First green pick is going to have to be, where are you? Where are you? Resources for 235 Rust coins. Green first pick, just because you pretty much, it's an easy read. You don't even need to read the side of it. You go gears and stuff. Okay, components. Got it. Boom. And then the green secondary pick, I had to think about that for a second. It's going to be the junk box because that is by far, if you've seen me play, is my favorite kind of box, which is all boxes junk box. So 235 Rust coins for that. And then to help you organize things, we have, there it is, weapons for the orange first pick. It's really hard to see. I wish they kind of put that in the name, which one it was, but I guess it doesn't really follow the pattern now, does it? The weapons box for the orange first pick, 235 Rust coins. And the armor box for 235 Rust coins for the orange secondary pick. Not bad, dude. Not bad. Okay, let's go over to this one, dude. I had some egg casserole this morning, and boy, my burps are delightful. Okay, our other repeat here, which I do think this looks quite sharp, is the Pirate Veteran for 1,820 Rust coins. 1,820 Rust coins. Let's give you the breakdown here. And make sure I got my notes up. Beep boop. We have the hoodie. So beware, this full set pretty much has glowing bits everywhere. So you're looking at a piece of flare, more or less. And at some point we will get those dress-up dummies. So you can see how this glows in the dark. The hoodie is going for 400 Rust coins. I do like this one because you've got some flare that would come off of your out of the armor chest plate, right? Because your arms on the hoodie. Metal chest plate, 400 Rust coins. Octopi. And we have the pantaloons going for 400 Rust coins. Again, flare about in the same places as you would expect off of the hoodie. Man, these look so much better. It is shocking. Even though I know that every week, it's still shocking. You're like, wow, this is what it originally looked like? No wonder they charged so much in the beginning. You know what I mean? I get it. If you're looking at this on a monitor with a higher resolution, you'd be like, yeah, these are legit. 500 Rust coins for the bolt action rifle. Again, you have some glowy bits on the side, but not so much on the functional part of the weapon, which, you know, again, if you're going for flare, it is what it is. Rocket launcher tube going for 500 Rust coins. There's a bit of glowy bits here, but it's mostly down the tube. So pretty much where you're aiming at, because this is going to either aim at the sky or down low. I can't remember how this is loaded. I think it aims up at the sky. So I guess people in a higher vantage points would see that. And the metal face mask going for 400 Rust coins. And you guessed it, it's a glow-in-the-dark Joker, man. And the octopi on your skull dome piece. Okay, the green first pick is going to have to be the chesticles. The metal chest plate for 400 Rust coins. I think this one's really sharp and just a little bit of glowing. I think you could get away with in most instances. And it's, I don't know, I think it would accent quite well with most armor sets and hoodies and whatnot. And it's probably a no-brainer. The green secondary pick is going to have to be the metal face mask because, yeah, it's the best. I think if you're going to get anything out of here that's more of a showpiece, you probably want to get the mask for 400 Rust coins. And we're going to match this up. The orange first pick is going to be the pantaloons for 400 Rust coins. Let me show you the glow-in-the-dark stuff. And the hoodie for the orange secondary pick at 400 Rust coins. And if you're looking at roughly 3 of these items, you might want to go for the whole set. It's been standard for years now, but you know, some people don't know. Some people are brand new. And that's all right. This full set here is an architecture. You know, I love the architecture. 1,050 Rust coins for the complete set. This is its second time around. I do like these. We have the sheet metal door for 300 Rust coins, and it does have a little bit of glowing on it. Now, I wish they had the glowing bar on all of those like that, but they don't. The Fornacio is going for 100 Rust coins. Got some glowy bits on the side. Beep, boop, computer time. Beep, boop. Star Wars, anybody? I mean, anything's better than Arclight. Ooh, I said it. Okay, so 300 Rust coins for the locker. I like this one, and it looks pretty sharp when you've got your industrial stuff on it too, I think. The El Garaje for 250 Rust coins. Glowing bits on the top, so hey, not bad. It's like I'm in a spaceship or something. 200 Rust coins for the sheet metal door. This one's not too obnoxious. You're not really going to see this one super far away. It's interesting you have some on the spine though. You don't really see that very often. It's pretty rare actually. And the vending machine for 350 Rust coins. You guessed it, the front is pretty glowy, but also the back has, you know, a little bit. Nothing crazy. A lot of high detail. Dare I say the best detail. Okay, green first pick is gonna have to be the locker for 300 Rust coins. And the green secondary pick is gonna have to be the garage door because there is a light up segment on there, and I do enjoy that for 250 Rust coins. And double sheet metal door for orange first pick at 300 Rust coins. And the vending machine for the orange secondary pick at 350 Rust coins. Bam. I do like that one. It looks quite nice. Okay, and our new set that came in at 1,840 Rust coins. Again, if you're looking at buying 3 of these, you probably want to go for the whole thing. We have the SAP, the semi-automatic pistol. This is a custom mesh for this one in particular. I mean, it looks so good. And our weapon racks, these are kind of nice to showpiece, you know what I mean? 430 Rust coins for the M249. It's an Antiquitas. And we have the double barrel shotgun for 430 Rust coins. Very ornate detailing on the side, a little Victorian action. The Pumpy for 470 Rust coins. I do rather like the way this one looks as old-timey. You know what I mean? That looks super sharp. I like it. Normally the pump, I mean, I like the way the animation for the Pumpy works, but normally it looks kind of clunky, but I think that one makes it look a lot sharper. Bolt action rifle, Springfield, 430 Rust coins. Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop. Not bad. And we have the Ioka pistol with the questionable tip, 400 Rust coins. Looks like a flintlock pistol, yeah? Although it's not, I assure you, its failure rate is worse than a flintlock pistol. 400 Rust coins, not 430. Okay, so this one is mostly for show, for sure. But we're gonna have to go green first pick is the bolt action rifle. It looks just too sharp to not put in your arsenal there. 430 Rust coins, so good. And I'm gonna have to say the SAP for the green secondary pick for 470 Rust coins. And for the orange first pick is going to have to be the M249, 430 Rust coins. The detail is just so good. And there's a little bit of custom mesh on that, dare I say. And because it just looks so fancy, it's going to be orange secondary pick, the Ioka pistol at 400. And again, if you're looking at getting 3 of these or you like 3 of these, probably just spring for the whole thing because you get that 33% discount. So those are our skin picks that we have so far. Sorry for the late picks this time. Normally I have it about a day or 2 after, but the last month or so, not so much. Yeah, this is what we got going on. Hopefully these servers start to uptick a little bit, and if we have some of those tests that are going to be happening, we'll be sure to let you know. We'll try to live stream it and do like a big community event thing, and so hopefully you guys will be able to jump in on that, and we can still stress test everything. Meant to put up the server details there. There we go. Server ID is in the lower left-hand corner if you are interested. It's open to everybody. If you would like to be a VIP, you can do so through the channel membership on YouTube. Once you're there, go to the community page. And that community page, under that post that talks about the server, will then have another post that says members, and there is where you can actually post your gamer tag there after you become a member and say, hey, here's my gamer tag, and then put your gamer tag. Just make it a sentence so YouTube knows that you're a person. And love you. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.